Well, it's day 5 of MSI Group Stage with coverage brought to you by Alienware. I'm joined right now by Doublelift, who has had an eventful day, I think, right? What have you been up to?
Uh, Not much, I guess. Just hanging out. These answers brought to you by u.gg.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
They didn't sponsor this video, but you're plugging them anyway. I get it.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about how things are going for you. This has got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it feels really good. Obviously, like it's a curse that I kind of can finally put down forever. And the thing is, though, that I wasn't like, like emotional or anything about it afterwards. After our match, I was mostly like, obviously, I was really, really happy, but I was kind of more thinking about like a little bit, maybe a little entitled, but like, man, this could have happened way sooner. Like, I was waiting for this for so long that I kind of like at some point probably like lost sight of my actual goals, which was to win Worlds and win MSI. And at some point I was just like, damn, like I really just need to make it out of groups. Like, how about some small steps? But I guess I'm never really happy with small steps in the end. And I think the whole time, like every moment that I've had where like I threw the game when I was Lucian against like Samsung's Victor, or like we played the tiebreaker against Fnatic and we lost, or we lost the tiebreaker against Misfits, and like all these moments where like I was just one game away from making it out. Like every time I told myself, oh, next time. It wasn't meant to be this time, but like how many more times did I have? Like, how many more chances was I willing to go through? Like, failures was I willing to go through to finally get here? I don't know. Like, maybe this was like the last straw or something. So I kind of just had to win.
I think it was funny because I, after that game, you won, and the thing I just felt was like, finally. And I tweeted that,
Yeah.
and then 5 minutes later, I guess you got access to your phone, and you
Yes,
just tweeted,
that's the first-
finally.
yeah.
And I was.
Oh,
I
we
was
both
like-
had the same idea. That's crazy. I did not see yours, by the way, at all. Yeah.
It was just very funny because I was just like, this has been a long time coming. Now, what was interesting to me too was it also kind of gave me like a flashback to 2015 summer finals, and I was kind of curious if that was similar for you, where everybody had said like, oh, he's not going to ever win anything, not going to be able to win anything, and then you went on stage at MSG. Was it at all similar in that way?
I think the difference is back then, sort of, was that the goalpost was to win LCS. I was going to be the best player to never win anything. That was the joke. Or like the most overrated player that will never win anything. But now, I don't know. Like, to me, maybe the community had set up this goalpost of making it out of groups, and I bought into it. But the reality is, it's not. Like, it should never be that. If your team, your region will never be happy. Your fans will never be happy with you if you just make it out of groups. That's not enough. Like, otherwise, C9 fans would be like, well, they are already pretty obnoxious, but like they would be even more insufferable like right now. But no, it's not enough. It's never enough. Like, you have to be the best. No one remembers fourth place. Well, actually, team look good. Hey, but that's true. Like, if I lose now, no one will remember us. So got to go all the way.
Well, now you are going to Taipei. Do you have expectations of facing IG? Because, I mean, I think that's what most people are guessing.
Yeah, I have really good expectations against IG. I think SKT is a way harder matchup for us. So when we played against IG, both games were really close. Like, people are going to remember that we lost to them, but how we lost to them was a very, very close game, and we lost off of one team fight. That's it. Like, I think that's way more doable than the stomps that we experienced against SKT, where it just felt like nothing we were doing was working and everything they were doing was working. Against IG, I think a lot of the plays that we're going for, they actually have no experience against, because in China, they're more used to being challenged on some of the stuff that they go for, where we are willing to just trade. And also the stuff that we go for, like, they just aren't ready. They're just not thinking about it. So I like our matchup against IG a lot, and I hope they choose us.
A lot of people will believe that TL just has these like mental booms that occur internationally. One, do you feel like that was the case at all in these earlier losses, or was it just kind of whatever? And two, if that's the case, has that switch been flipped, or are we going to start to see this is like the beginning of a difference for you guys?
I think personally, like, as much as I hate to admit it, I probably did have a really bad mental. Well, I wasn't like screaming at my teammates or anything like that. It was more like I was just not playing the way that I wanted to play. and it kind of showed. Like some of the games, yeah, I was playing normal, but some of the games it was like, whoa, like what was I doing? What impact did I have on the game other than just being like a sack of 300 gold walking around like farming creeps, and at the end of the game it's like my score is something like 0-2-2, and I don't feel good about that. So like our team, I think what we need is some ignition, like some like starter to our game, because when we don't get started we just fall flat really hard, but when we do get going, we get going really really hard. I wouldn't say our team has any mental blocks. Maybe me personally, I had a bit, or I don't know. I can't really speak for any of my other teammates, but what I will say is we had a heart to heart in the middle of MSI when we went 0-4 over day 2 and 3. But at no point did any one of us like ever like give up or flip out. So yeah, my team, we're really resilient, and part of it is just because we've experienced failure so much.
Well, now you head off. Do you feel like whatever that was, that block is like gone for you?
Yeah, I think so. I don't. I told my team like before the last match that we just played against SKT, and I was hugging my turret, and I was telling my team like I never hug my turret. Like I don't know how to hug my turret. Like I hate my turret. I never want to see it. In like whole career, like 80 or 90% of my games, I'm staring at the enemy turret, and their AD is like trying his best to pick up CS under turret while I'm harassing him, and I just told them like I want to only play like ideally I want to play matchups like that, and I want to snowball like that, and yeah, maybe my mental block is a bit gone. Like I just I just want to play in a way where I can look back and be like, yeah, that was it. Like I wasn't good enough, but it wasn't because I had some sort of mental failure or like problem coming in.
Yeah. Or you played scared or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't being myself.
How do you think you're matching up against the other ADCs at this event?
Um, this is gonna make people really mad. I think Teddy is probably the best AD carry so far in groups, and I know like Jackie Love has been getting a ton of, and he's an amazing player too. It's so to rank them is like it's already like this very artificial thing. But I think Teddy to me has played better, or maybe he might be a better player. I'm not sure, but Jackie Love is also really insanely good. I'd put myself third so far. I think my potential is obviously to be the best, but I haven't been playing my best so far. And then after me, I definitely put Perks and Betty, and then Big Koro. Yeah. The thing is that all of us are very, very close. Like on my worst day, or like on a bad day, I'm the worst. On my good day, and like maybe like Jackie Love and Teddy's bad day, like I'm better than them. So like it's just the delta between us players is probably very, very small.
Do you feel like with the way that the meta is right now, because a lot of people are saying it's more like mid or even top, do you feel like you're not able to have as much of an impact in the games as you'd like?
No, like I think people are. Everyone's watching these games. Like what happens is the jungler sets up everything. That's the truth. Like that's League of Legends right now. But I think every player has things that they can do that enable the jungler to have more options. And even if you're the best jungler in the world, like you can't do the stuff that Ning is doing if your lanes suck. So you do have a lot of impact. You have a lot of influence over how the game is going. If you're playing well, you give your jungler another option. So that's how I see it. And so I don't ever feel powerless to change the game.
Final question. I asked Jensen this. I invited you to my birthday party. You haven't RSVP'd yet. I just wanted to see if I could get a verbal confirmation.
Oh, when is that?
Bonnie actually already booked a ticket, so she's going. It's Memorial Day weekend, so the weekend after finals.
I don't know if I can make it.
Do you have something else going on?
Well, Thorne's having this thing, and I mean, Richard Lewis is coming, and I don't know if I can, but well, let's see if I can make some time for.
Yes. Happy you won today. It's great to see you get
Good to
out of
see you,
groups.
man.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to say to any of the fans out there?
Yeah, just thanks a lot. I said this before, but I wouldn't be standing here without my fans. If I didn't have positive support and like, just the number and like the kind of the energy of the fans this whole time, I don't think I would have kept going. So thanks, guys.
Thank you so much for the interview. Congrats on the win. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Well, we did it. We found North America's secret to international success in Halong Bay. Brodin and I were able to accomplish this with the help of Alienware, so thank you so much to them for sponsoring not only this trip, but our adventure. Now I have to say that I can't guarantee that this will occur again. The power, it was too much and it was too dangerous to be let loose. I can't even speak about where it is or what might have been involved in finding it, but I am just happy that Team Liquid finally made it out and that we found North America's success on the international world stage. Sadly, this is a bittersweet moment for me. I have to go now. I want to thank so many of you for the support that you've shown me. Alienware for everything they've done. The power it exacted a toll. I may come back someday. I love you, Peter. Goodbye.